Egypt Prime Minister Kamal Ganzouri looks set to form a new government as military rulers insist Monday's elections should go ahead. Syria under pressure, only a few hours left to meet the Arab League's deadline to allow an observer mission into the country or face sanctions. At least 12 arrests in Trinidad and Tobago as the PM claims an assassination plot is foiled. Hello, welcome to BBC World News. I'm Martine.
Well, I'm Tanya Beckett. Coming up later in World Business Report, the euro drops to a 7-week low against the dollar as France and Germany agree to disagree over the debt crisis. And America gears up for its biggest shopping day of the year, but retailers may not have much cause for Thanksgiving.
Protesters in Egypt demanding an end to military rule are hoping that large numbers of people will join demonstrations in Tahrir Square in Cairo today after Friday prayers. Crowds have again remained in the square throughout the night, despite reports in Egyptian state media that a former Prime Minister, Kamal Ganzouri, has agreed to form a new government after talks with the ruling military council. Our Middle East editor, Jeremy Bowen, sent this report. Go live now to Cairo and speak to the BBC's John Lyne. John, the news that there could be an interim government led by Kamal Ganzouri, is this likely, if indeed it's confirmed, is this likely to placate those in Tahrir Square?
No, it won't, but it will.
For now, thank you very much, John. John Lyne, our correspondent in Cairo, is going to be monitoring events throughout the day for us here at BBC World News. And staying in the Middle East, and the Arab League has given Syria until 1 p.m. today to agree to an observer mission coming into the country. Now, if it doesn't, the League will meet on Saturday to discuss imposing sanctions. Syria is already suspended from the organisation because of the violent crackdown on anti-government protesters. Now, the leader of the Free Syrian Army, meanwhile, has been speaking to the BBC and said that President Assad's regime will soon fall. Colonel Riyad al-Assad gave a rare interview to our World Affairs editor, John Simpson, who's in the southeast of Turkey. Trinidad and Tobago say they've uncovered a plot to assassinate the Prime Minister, Kamla Persad-Bissessar, and 3 members of her cabinet. Now, according to police, there have been about a dozen arrests. Well, the BBC's Nick Davis is in the capital, Port of Spain, and he looks at the background to the threat.
Well, much of this goes...
Well, that was the BBC's Nick Davis reporting from Port of Spain in Trinidad and Tobago. Tanya's here now, and it's, of course, the state of the Eurozone. And where are we in this ongoing saga?
Where we are is that Germany has closed down.
Thank you very much. Tanya will be back in 20 minutes or so with those stories and indeed the rest of the day's financial news in World Business Report. You're with BBC World News. We've got a lot more to come, apart from Tanya. The wave of change continues in the Arab world, with Moroccans set to vote on a new parliament. And in sport with Matt, down and out, a weary Nadal is knocked out of the World Tour finals by Tsonga. No opposition to Matt. He's here with the sports news. Rafa Nadal, hey, what about that?
Yeah, one of the favourites here in London for the tournament, and he is packing his bags. Yes, hello. Rafael Nadal is out of tennis's World Tour final. Blindfolded. He hasn't lost it, has he?
What a contrast there between Tevez and Beckham. Say no more. Matt, thank you very much. Now, remember, you can keep right up to date with all the day's sports news and the rest of the day's news, the developments that we're following in particular on the website are, of course, events in Egypt today, events in Syria as that deadline approaches for it to agree to having an observer in to monitor events in the country. So bbc.com/news. There are also lots of analysis, lots of background, lots of video and lots of lovely whizzy graphics. Coming up in just a little while, I'm going to have a news summary of the main stories of the day. Plus, Tanya will be here with a lot more on America's biggest shopping day of the year. Hello again.